I saw this splash page, which was the last page, and I just thought it was just incredible. And I said to myself, I gotta have this piece. Me growing up, I got introduced to the Black Panther through my father. And also my father was a fan of Westerns, cowboy movies. So when I seen the piece, I said, oh, I gotta have this. Me and Otis, we were having a conversation, and I said, the Black Panther #9 just came out, and it was a splash page. Splash page is when it's just one big piece of art takes up the full page. I said, man, this splash page is crazy because it had the Black Panther on the ground, and there was a guy, it was a cowboy on top of a buffalo. Now, here's the thing. This is a big piece. For one, it checks off many boxes. It's the Black Panther. It's an original piece of artwork. It's introducing a new black character. And it's a full splash page. And I said, oh, I gotta see if this is still available. I hit Mr. Peralta up. I did my research, found him. I hit him up on September 7th, 22. I told him I was interested, in buying the splash page with the Buffalo Soldier. I also explained to him that, I'm a long-time Black Panther fan. My father introduced me to the character. I'm working on some different projects, and man, I really need this piece. And he wasn't sure if he still had the original artwork. Other thing about it, though, was he said that if he did have it, that he would, he'll get back to me about it. But he also told me there's a particular individual who handles all his commission work, and he gave me his number as well. But it didn't make any sense for me to contact him until I found out whether or not, whether or not he has the pieces or not. Give it about a week or so. He hits me back with a message. And when he hits me back with the message, he literally sends me an image of the actual pencils. And they're gorgeous. Gorgeous pencils. He sends me a pic of the pencils. So I forget what his agent, I believe it was his agent, but it's the guy that handles his commissions. So I contacted him, and I said, I really want this piece. What can we work out to get this particular piece? And, we come up with a number. Actually, me and the artist had actually talked about linking up at the New York Comic Con if I was able to buy the piece. If I was able to come up with a deal to buy the piece. I relayed that information to the guy who was handling all his commissions. I talked to him about it, and we were going to send it, but then we were like, nah, I want to meet him at the con. So I'm like, this is my excuse to not miss New York Comic Con. Oh, and tickets were sold out, so I had to go through a third party. That's a whole nother story. That was an adventure within itself. So I decide that I'm going to New York to go pick this piece up. I didn't attend New York Comic Con Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I only did Sunday because I had to work Friday and Saturday. I had DJ gigs on Friday. I had a DJ gig on Friday, and I had another gig on Saturday. Turns out, Saturday comes around, somebody calls me back in, and I wound up doing 2 gigs on Saturday. So I did an earlier gig, did my second gig. Second gig was over at 2 a.m., got done DJing at 2 a.m., got ready, got everybody together, and we hit the road about 3:30 in the morning and went straight to New York. I would have liked to have been there for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because New York Comic Con is impossible to take it all in for just one particular day. And some people will probably sit back and say, well, why would you even take that second gig or leave that late? Because I'm not going to leave no money on the table. And that extra bread helped pay for that expensive ass piece that I just bought. But that's another story within itself. We're in the con. The con's crazy. Like it's sensory overload at the New York Comic Con. Like everybody's there. It's unreal. I make my way to what's called Artist Alley. And in Artist Alley is where all the artists are. So I go down to Artist Alley, and Mr. Peralta is not there, but the guy who handles his commissions is there. So he pulls the piece out, he shows it to me for the first time. And to see it in person was amazing. To see it in person was amazing. I'll be honest, you know, it was just, that was a moment for me. Oh, I ran to the big homie Otis. So I saw my man O, Mr. Black Gloves himself. I chopped it up with him and his family for a little bit. I get back downstairs and I see Mr. Peralta and we greet each other, you know, and we had a brief conversation. I told him, man, thank you for selling me the piece, because it meant, that piece means something to me. It has a little bit of meaning with the whole black cowboy and the Black Panther and whatever. It has a little different meaning for me. So I told him thank you for the piece, and we talked for a minute. And he also signed the actual book that I have of it, the actual book, Black Panther #9, the newer volume of #9 for me. I went and got it graded by CGC. Now the disappointment in that is that I went and got it graded by CGC. CGC was there. It comes back a couple months later as only an 8.5. I'm sick about that. But had them sign it, I got it. My personal collection, I'm not selling it. There's no way the little boy growing up on Chaskey Street, playing down lots, ever thought that he would have these type of things. Not in my wildest dreams. Never thought I would have anything like this. But the piece is amazing. And I remember going back to the hotel and just like sitting it up against the mirror and just looking at it like, man, this is mine. And it's just dope. You know, these are the moments as a collector that are important, especially as a black collector, to have these black pieces, in my opinion. Things wrapped up in like parchment paper.